The most frequently asked question I get is, who made the biodynamic calendar? So this is a series where I'm going to answer all your questions on the biodynamic calendar as well as sidereal astrology, which is what the biodynamic calendar is based on. First, who made it? Well, in our recent history, we have Rudolph Steiner. And so he really derived the origin of biodynamic principles. He pointed out the cosmic connection of the moon's constellations and farming on the earth. He expounded on the details of biodynamic principles as a way to connect to spiritual wisdom. He has deep studies, papers, and seminars are so countless, the whole of his research is called anthroposophy. And in the final 18 months of his life, he was a prolific writer and speaker of a massive amount of ideas. In lieu of going down that rabbit hole of anthroposophy, which I encourage you to, I moved to one of my great influences, Maria Thun, because biodynamic farming includes more than the almanac timings. But for the purpose of really demystifying time and unpacking what the biodynamic calendar is, I'm going to stick to this principle. Maria Thun is known as the original writer of the current biodynamic calendar. Her curiosity stemmed from knowledge that there was more to a healthy plant than sunshine, water, wind, and soil. She was influenced by her father, and so she watched him look up at the stars at night when he would contemplate his farm timings. Her mind knew that he wasn't just watching the weather, which was only semi-accurate. He was paying attention to something else, the stars. This breakthrough led her to connect with other like-minded ones in anthroposophy. The movement was just getting going. In the 1940s, this is where she met her husband and soon colleagues who were attempting Steiner's philosophy of biodynamic farming in the field. So back to Rudolf Steiner, he had all of these great philosophies. These people were hungry, they would listen to them, and then they would go out and they would try them. You've probably also heard of the Waldorf method and even more ideas that come from all of these seminars. So deeper Maria Thun, she developed her insights through scientific experiments. It led her to find that if she aligned certain plants with correlating constellations, the energy of the plant was harnessed and then grew more successfully. So let's give you an example so you can understand what I'm talking about. We'll take an onion. If this onion was seeded, transplanted, tended, and harvested when the moon was in an earth sign, it yielded a better crop and even lasted longer in storage because the energy of the plant was concentrated in the root when farmed. She originally started this with a radish. She tried it on all of the different moon signs and found the results. And she did it again and again. And so what happened was the biodynamic approach showed us she could increase yield, enhance storage of vegetables. This is a breakthrough. And it opened up the field of farming because what farmer doesn't want to put in the same amount of energy and get a bigger yield? The biodynamic almanac is really what she devoted her life to. And so she built this calendar out to easily track this direct correlation between the moon's movement through the main constellations and the earth plantings. And you can get a different almanac based on where you live, what hemisphere, because it has specific timings that are very important to follow that align with the constellation of the moon. So her family continued this legacy, although she only passed away pretty recently. I highly encourage you to pick up the most recent copy of the Biodynamic Almanac, for there's more detailed information on the fullness of this calendar and the supplements added to the soil. It's beyond timing, it's a holistic way of farming, and the essence is about elemental integration with the cosmos. So we're going to give credit to Rudolf Steiner first, and then Maria Thun, and then her family for continuing this legacy. And really, it's a different perspective on farming than the Farmer's Almanac, which is based on past weather patterns with solar influence. They make long-range predictions. And so how do they do this? They have a secret formula that was devised by their founder, Robert B. Thomas, And he believed that the weather on Earth was influenced by sunspots, which are magnetic storms on the surface of the sun. So he's using the sun as a correlation to planting on the Earth, and he's using past information about it. They're not going to share their proprietary formula with you, but the biodynamic science will, and it is based on the moon's constellations, although it does consider other sun and planetary movements, but that's a way deeper understanding. Get your almanac and you can make some progress with understanding the depths. The Biodynamic Almanac is a grounded look at the celestial sky from the viewpoint of the Earth. We live on the Earth, not the sun, so that seems logical to consider our location in the universe as our collective point of reference for plant growth on Earth. When I realized when farming biodynamically was, it transformed my whole attitude on life. Seeing the spiritual forces of the cosmos reflected in living plants was only the beginning. I took these timings of the field to restore natural rhythm in my life. The biodynamic calendar timings, therefore, is a method for enhancing optimal flow and inner growth. I'd love to link more with you if you want to continue to watch this series on questions answered. I'm going deeper because really the goal is to unlock peace and your holy purpose by reclaiming prayer. Rooted in the biodynamic calendar, I offer a sidereal and synodic calendars of what's happening in the cosmos in my app, Be Biodynamic. In this inquiry-led method, you can choose what to align with and what to release in the field of life in order to reconnect to your holy purpose and cosmic contribution. You can get started with a free trial. This is the app to help you understand what is going on in the cosmos. It's a digital calendar for our times. Peace.